Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be showing you this sketchbook that I have from 2016. But for context, this isn't the first time that I drew anything. I have been drawing for a couple of years before I started this one, but this is the first year that I really took it seriously. Before that, I was drawing casually and on loose sheets of paper, so I never really had a sketchbook. This is the first one that I tried, and now I'm gonna be showing it to you guys. Very big disclaimer, but all of these drawings are of characters from Harry Potter. It's really embarrassing now. Can get grating after a while, but hopefully we actually see progress in this sketchbook. I'm not gonna talk about every single one of these because it is 365 drawings, but I am going to talk about some interesting ones that I see. My main motivation for this sketchbook was really for improvement. Before this, all of my drawings were done with the grid method, which is something that's not really bad, but I feel like it was halting my progress a lot. I think this one is a mermaid. I really love how they described mermaids in the books, and I also loved how they were done in the movies. These drawings actually looked way better in my head. This was in potions class, and you can see, I think this is Lavender right here with Ron. I really loved Hermione and Ron together. So yeah, I was really interested in this whole thing. This is Hermione from Potions again. Oh, and I love this one. Oh no, it's gonna make me sad. I think this was around the time that Alan Rickman had passed away. It's not that good, but there was actually a lot of emotion that went into this one. This is also one of my favorite drawings. I really love how I did the trio on this, and I also love how I did Harry's scar right here. And even though around this time I was still having a hard time drawing without grids, I actually had an easier time with this drawing, which I think was very lucky. This one took me a long time to get. For some reason, this angle of the head is a particularly hard thing for me to draw. So yeah, I was right about these drawings looking... Oh, I actually do love how this one turned out, like value-wise. So I don't really see a lot of progress with this, but I do remember the very first ones taking me so much longer to finish than say the end of January, like right here. This was a scene from the twins shop. The portraits didn't really take that long for me to improve on, but it was drawings like this one and this one where it involved below the shoulders took me the hardest to learn. These, I feel like I just didn't have enough time for days like these where they look like they're not finished. But in the end, like right now, these are the drawings that look more like how I would draw them right now. I think the very big thing I got out of doing this was things don't really need to look exactly the same as the reference photo or the picture that I'm trying to draw, and drawings don't really necessarily have to look finished in a way. Like this one, it's not done at all, but I really love how this guy turned out. Oh, I love Cho Chang and Cedric. You can tell one of my biggest problems with my drawings right here is that I take too much time with the faces and then disregard everything else. But I was really adamant on getting their faces, especially Robert's, because he has a very distinctive profile and I wanted to get that right. He ended up looking a little bit older in this drawing than he was in the movie, but I still really love how his face turned out. These ones weren't done. These ones were, but I don't know if I liked it so much. I do like that I included pig on this one, but these other ones I wasn't a big fan of. I think it was because of the pencils that I was using, and it's like a giant excuse, but I really didn't like those pencils so much. They are so shiny. If I don't film this like in the exact right angle, you wouldn't be able to see my drawings at all. Like it's just all reflecting the light. And also those pencils were very crumbly. I wish I could remember what exact brand they were so I could like not recommend them to you guys, but all I can remember is that they were green. And then we have the Death Eater is right here. I think this is probably Novosphere or something. This is Narcissa, and this is one of those drawings that didn't really end up looking like the reference photo, but I still liked the results. And this one, oh my god, is this Fred? This one just makes me really sad. We have Hermione, and I think this might be Harry, or oh no, this is Chrome. I was reading a lot of fan fiction at the time. This one was one of those drawings. I think this may be charcoal right here, but this one is pencils. So I hope you guys can see it. But this was one of those spreads where I planned initially. I feel like in every sketchbook I plan a spread that looks good. I think there was a time I really wanted to do an art channel. I wasn't ready at the time at all, but I really like talking about my process while I'm drawing, so I was already planning on a channel, and this was gonna be my thumbnail. I think this might be my thumbnail on this one, but I did Hermione's hair really wrong, like with the strays right here. On my next tutorial where I do how to draw hair, I'll be talking more about how to do these strays more strategically. I really love this guy, Slughorn. I love how I shaded his face. And I really love this one too. I love how the light is coming from the sides. I think this was one of the only drawings that were primarily just with my G-Tech pens. This one is just charcoal. I kind of missed drawing with charcoals. The values aren't perfect, but I really like how dark this one looks. The only thing that I didn't like about this one is that it ended up messing with how I did Joe's face, which is one of my favorite faces that I drew in this sketchbook. Oh, I really love this one. It's so how cute they were. I feel like I was using the same pencil as the last time. I remember the process for this being so frustrating, but I really loved how this ended up, and this of course is everyone's least favorite character. This one is cute little Hermione. Oh, there's a lot wrong with this picture. This is so weird. I actually remember these drawings being better than they are. Look at how small her legs are and how big her head is. This is just wrong. These are some more unfinished drawings, and oh my god, Neville. This was Dumbledore. I really like his face. You guys really can't see. I really didn't do his face that well at all, but I really love how this one turned out. I think for the reason that I wasn't trying to get it to look like the photos too much, but it wasn't really the actor playing it, but more like a person that still could have played Dumbledore. This is Draco looking much older than he actually is. I really love the Harry Potter movies. I don't know how people say that they weren't good, but those movies were great. Like, it really captured the feeling of the movie very well. Obviously, they won't be able to get all of the details from the books and condense them into movies because that wouldn't be possible. But yeah, I really love those movies. This one too, I liked. Look at Harry's hair. It's just a bunch of pen strokes. I feel like one of the things I most improved on was doing people's hair, because this one is just senseless. Like, where are all these strands coming from? And look at what I did to Hermione's cat. Look at this one. How sad is this? This isn't one of those drawings where I feel like at the time was good. No, I really knew there was something wrong with this cat even after I finished it. And this one is probably my most successful drawings in this whole thing. successful in a way that I did what I wanted to do with my drawings at the time, or I kind of got it to look like the reference photo but still make it look sketchy, like unfinished. Also, I just really liked how his hair turned out right here. It's not as messy as it could have been, but at least it makes sense. This is Hermione trying to this might be Wingardium Leviosa. I really wanted this drawing to look like she was saying Leviosa, the word Leviosa. And I think I was successful, maybe. And this is the twins. You guys see how hard it is for me to draw this angle like on this side, but the side of their face that's farther away is the right side. Those are so easy for me to draw, but when it's reversed and it's this one, it gets so hard. And this is a problem that I have even to this day. I just have no idea. See how this one is so easy, and so is this one. Like you can see that there aren't a lot of struggles with these drawings than with this one. But also I really love this drawing too because I love Neville and Luna. I really love how this one turned out because I love the movement on her dress. I really love how this one turned out. I like how I did the wrinkles on his face, and it looks like his eye is glowing. I really love how I did the shading on this one. I don't know, I hope you guys can see this. I really love how I did Chrome's face right here. I was using a mechanical pencil, and so I could get these really tiny lines on him. This is one of those drawings in here that looks like they could be done by me right now. I really seriously believe that it was just luck because it's the angle that is really hard for me to draw. Even to this day, I would still find this hard to do. I really love how this drawing of Seamus went. I'm looking at it now 5 years later, and I think I wouldn't change much about it. I overdid Fred's face in this one. I overshaded his face, and look at how he looks so much older than Hermione right here. Look at Ron, and I think this may be Scabbers. What I really regret about this sketchbook is that I didn't do much effort with anything else other than the actual people. Look at this rat. This is supposed to be a rat that he's holding, and it doesn't even look like he's actually holding anything. And look at how I did this sword. It's not even a sword anymore. Like, there's just no effort. And these ones are just all unfinished. These are some Slytherin Quidditch players. This one I really like. This is Luna reading her book upside down. I don't know if I remembered it correctly, but I feel like the magazine was meant to be read upside down, but I could be wrong. Ooh, and this one is my favorite, Harry. I really love how everyone's hair looked in Prisoner of Azkaban, and that was also my favorite book out of all of them. This was one of the things that I thought was really successful at the time, but look at how I did Snape's hands. And oh no, look at how I did Ron's parents. I wish I did them better because I completely messed up the emotions that I'm getting from this drawing. I really wish I had made them look more joyful and welcoming at least. Oh my god, how uncomfortable is this photo? I really like how I did Harry's face right here. But again, no effort whatsoever for doing the hands. And I like how I did Harry's profile right here too. I wish I had done more emotion on his face though. Oh, and look at this one. I really love how I did the textures on this guy's skin, but look at the hands. Like, this is frustrating to me. To borrow, I don't. But this was the Weasley's house. I really love how it looked in the movie, and so I tried to draw that too. I really like how this hippogriff turned out. I think this might be Buckbeak, but I'm not sure. I actually don't remember this so much, but I'm surprised that I did something other than people. I think maybe I was starting to do more effort on my actual improvements around this time. Look at oh no, Malfoy. Look. I think this was the Boggart scene, and I really love Professor Lupin on that scene. Professor McGonagall kind of messed up her eyes a little bit, I think, but I really like the emotion that I did on them. I actually have no idea who this is. Is this supposed to be Hermione? I honestly have no clue who this one is supposed to be. These are scenes when they visited Harry's parents' grave. For this one I used charcoal too, and I really like how dark I got it to look, but I feel like I overdid the wrinkles on her face. They just look too deep, and there's not a lot of subtlety in them. I think this is Harry in Half-Blood Prince trying to brew a potion. I really like that I did some kind of effort for his hands right here, and you can actually see what he's trying to do. So I really like that. And look at here. I actually did try to do effort with the hands. Look at how they look like baby's hands. Part of it is the gloves he's wearing. I think this may be the snitch, but these hands just look too chubby, but at least I tried. And I also love how the emotion I got from this one too. And this one is really cute. This is one of those drawings that look like they could be something that I drew very recently. Yeah, look at how cute these mandrakes are. Look at it just chilling right there. This one is probably my favorite drawing out of, how many times have I said that? But this is probably my favorite drawing in this whole sketchbook. While I was drawing this, I wasn't focused too much on the details and trying to get her to look like her photo, but this one was the easiest for me to draw, and I still was able to get the emotion that I wanted from it. So I feel like that this one was the most successful. This is Hermione with her daughter, I feel like, on the epilogue scene. Look at how cute these two are. And this one is really funny, but I also really liked it. It's one of those things where I focused the shading too much on their face, but I still ended up personally just liking it. This is Sirius using the same pencil that I didn't like so much, but actually did end up liking this. Also, I just feel like I improved a little bit around this time. This is Ron and Ginny. This is a class scene. I believe these are the twins. I really like this. This, I think, is another promo shoot. I just didn't even do the rest of them at all, and that's sad. How many times I have to draw this scene right here? But I just really love how his smile looked with Harry's face just being so uncomfortable. Well, look at, I really like how Hermione looked in this. And this is Harry and Cho's kiss. I think this is Snape going in front of the trio to protect them from Lupin. I love how Hermione's face looked, even though it was really hard for me to draw that because it's just really tiny. Look at how it's probably like the size of my thumbnail. I was just trying to at least get Snape right, and I think I did. This is one of those imagery from the movies that I love so much. These just aren't finished. You can tell like around this time I was getting over it, and I was trying to do more drawings outside of just this sketchbook. But after a while it gets really exhausting to just draw every day, especially when it's something that I force myself to do. So yeah, this is the last one. This is Ron, and I don't think it's the best one out of all of the drawings. I feel like my improvements for this sketchbook was very gradual, and most of them are you can't really see in just the outputs that you're seeing right now. But yeah, that is it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again soon.